Leo, welcome to your general overview. I hope you're well, I hope you're fabulous, and I hope you've had a chance to check out the shorts. For right now, the short sesh, which is a very short, brief tarot check-in for all signs. Right now, I plan to release those about once a week. They've been fun, pretty simple, straightforward. I've been enjoying them, so why not? Let's keep going on that. But just to reassure you, the shorts will not replace the in-depth readings. So, very true for my Scorpio nature. Extremes. The longest. The shortest. But don't you dare put me in the middle. We don't do average. I know you know. You understand. But yes, I do hope you've been enjoying them. What's going on, please? And by the way, some of them are satire as well. I do have a sense of humor, or at least I believe I do. Regardless, it's going to happen. Regardless, it's going to happen. I just have so much material to work with. I don't have to write it, honey. It's just people give me script material every day. Through comments and emails, I have more than enough material to work with to make satires. Trust me. All right, show me that Leo energy, please. What's going on for Leo? Show me what I need to see, please, for Leo. Like always, check if it resonates, leave what does not. Reverse energies as it applies if there's more than one energy on this board today, yeah? Okay. That's 7 Pentacles. Okay, Queen of Wands. Oh, 9 of Swords. We got some stress here, honey. We got some stress. I see your fire. I see your ambition to get through things. Okay, and there is something here that has a very slow growth rate attached to it. I see your energy determined to get through it, but there's some 9 of Swords attached here. There is some worry. There is some concern. Am I going to get through this? Am I earning enough for some of you? It might have to do with your coin, yes. In terms of my stability, how are things shaking out? Is this ever going to level off? Is this ever going to grow more? Something like that. There is stress and or anxiety here. I still see your determination to get through it with your particular fire energy. But it wears on you. It wears on you. Something in your environment, something that you give to every day. Okay, I got a 3 of Pentacles here, King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. You know what's interesting? I have someone here, and this has come across collaboration, friendship. Now there might be more here upon clarification, but I have someone here who could increase that work function in a way, and it would definitely lend to your sense of stability. There is the potential for growth here. Collaboration, acquaintance, friendship. This could be a support function. It could be a work thing. It could be a project thing. I don't know. But it does have the opportunity to increase exponentially and really boost the stability, really boost that bottom line, especially if that was what's in question to begin with. How interesting. Devil, Queen of Cups. We have the Emperor, we have some strong thoughts. And a very strong reaction here to somebody's heart space. Yours, theirs, I don't know. Someone is telling me they also need to stand in their power. It's interesting to see those two like that. It's interesting through my eyes how that's playing out. I've got the Devil on one side, the Emperor on the other, and a heart space in between. You know, we got some very strong feelings here on a particular subject. Ooh, very strong. Let's got some heat on it, honey. What's that overview? Oh, Justice. All right. You might have some strong Libra in your heart. Could be connecting to one, not the point. That sense of balance, karmic justice, being fair, being square, weighing things up. Very critical for this energy right now as we are under the full moon in Libra. Interesting. Show me justice, please. What's going on? Show me justice. Show me justice, please. Show me justice. For Leo, show me justice, please. For Leo, show me justice, please. Show me justice, please, for Leo. What's going on here? Sense of balance, making things right, balancing the scales. 4 of Swords, resting, 3 of Wands, expectations, the 3 of Pentacles. There they are again. Someone here is contemplating, not active yet, but contemplating, how do I make things right with this person? 3 of Pentacles. You're showing me friendship. That's a lot of contemplation for a friend. They could mean a lot to you. I could see how they could play a role in your resource world or your financial world. Collaboration, partnership. You might have worked with this person for a long time. You might have met them at school. The Three of Pentacles in career also means school, higher education. I don't know. But how do I balance this situation with this person? How do I heal it? How do I restore it? I'm looking out on the horizon for answers. So there is something in you that's quietly contemplating these things, and you're looking outwards literally at this Three of Pentacles person. I want to see more about what you're contemplating with them. I don't even know if they're related to your past, but they seem to be very much on your mind at present. Can I balance things with this person? You'd like to. There is a sense of hope in there, and maybe even some expectation. I don't know. But let's be careful with expectations. I advocate reasonable hope, not false expectations. Okay? But I don't think that you're waiting so much as that you're looking outward, trying to figure out how to fix this. Because you're showing me Justice, Four of Swords. That's heavy. I need to fix this shit energy. Balance it, make it fair, make it square. Now, it might be that you feel like it's on them to fix things with you, but I see your energy going outward, contemplating them. Okay, from a place of how can I heal this? Yes, reverse as it applies. Okay, show me the Seven of Pentacles. I got some slow growth here. Yeah, we got Pentacle on the mind today. If it runs deeper, cross watchers, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's more to it. The Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. Ooh, hey, ooh, something done got broke. Oh, somebody fumbled the pass, honey. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't pretend to know what happened. I just know that two knights kind of crashed into each other, and it looks like somebody kind of fumbled the ball here. I don't know who it is. Somebody here is, but there was something here that had some growth attached to it. It wasn't fast. It was slow. It was rooted. I got two knights here that say they have business to do with each other in terms of energy exchange in some way. There was action here. There might even been some communication, but the thing is, it was fast and it was sloppy, and it caused sloppy results. So something was growing in a particular direction. I don't know what that is. Where two people tried to show up over that growth, okay, to expand it, to work on it. I don't know. And then boom goes the Five of Pentacles. It broke. And it looks like the actions here were a little too fast, a little too sloppy, a little too choppy. A little bit more care and or finesse was needed for this. We're talking, somebody was showing up with this is how I feel, and somebody else is like, yeah, I hear you, let's get back to work. And boom goes the Five of Pentacles. So that was a little too rough. How we handled a fragile package like we were throwing it. Okay. And something happened. It caused a break. It was a little too, somebody's method was rushing in there. I'm going to take care of this shit real quick. We'll get back on track. And the other person went, no. So somebody here was missing finesse. Somebody here was missing the finesse. They just went charging in, I don't know, said what they needed to say, and they're like, that should do it. That should take care of the job. That didn't happen. Now, this could be a relationship thing. It could be a work thing. It possibly could be a combination of the two for some of you. Yes, could be issues at work, a relationship, or a relationship within a work context. Maybe. It's kind of hard. I really need to see this Three of Pentacles. Show me this Queen of Wands, please. But first, show me this Queen of Wands, please. And now we're thinking about, okay, how do I fix this, if that's all? Four of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Page of Wands. Ooh, someone's holding out. Someone's holding out on a major point, a little bit stubborn too. A little bit stubborn too. Oh dear. Somebody's holding out on a major point here, and a little stubborn, yes, a little passionate, yes. They might be, a little hot-headed. I don't know, but somebody here they're holding out on a point, and it's almost a begrudging point. But they're also saying they're correct. They are saying that I am much aggrieved, you know, this has put a lot of stress on me, this has put a lot of hardship on me, and where's the consideration there? Ooh, yeah, they're holding on to a point, all right. They're saying this is as much a hardship on me as it is you. I wonder what their point is that they're sticking to. Show me that Nine of Swords. I don't know if that's you or them. I don't know. It could be you, honey. It could be you. It could be you. It could be you. It could be you, honey, with that pride. With that pride, you know, that Leo pride. Oh, it could be you. It's like I'm holding on to this even though it's hard. It's hard. You know. Show me that Nine of Swords, please. Show me that Nine of Swords. Show me that Nine of Swords. I don't know. Show me. It's like stubbornly, too. I'm insistent upon this. Show me that Nine of Swords, please. The Wheel of Fortune. Six of Cups. Three Cups. Oh, no, Leo. Oh, no. I don't know if it's the same person. I don't know. It looks like we had the opportunity to reconnect with this person, and it got fucked up. Oh no! I'm not laughing at you, honey. I'm not. I'm seeing what looks like a chain of events here. You know, it's funny because it's like you both are telling each other we have an invested interest in each other, and it could very well be at the business level. Don't get me wrong. Bare minimum, it's partnership or an old friendship that has some twists and turns in it. Yes, this friendship. Yes. This friendship is like a corkscrew. It has twists and turns in it. Yes. So you two have a working construct where you've gotten along. Perhaps you did work well together. You know how to collab, right? You know how to partner up. You know how to team up. There was an opportunity to repair things here. And unfortunately, that's where things got fucked up. Somebody went rushing in and said, yeah, this is how, okay, no problem, I got it. Somebody was very expressive in their feelings. The other person was like, great, moving on, break, and somebody's sticking to their central point. Somebody's still sticking to their central point. It's like, well, this is important to me, and I'm sorry you can't see it that way. It's kind of like that. Yeah. There was some heat on that. There's some heat on that energy. A little bit of anger here. But something was poorly expressed. Bull in the china shop, just attacking it. Somebody was sincere, the other person was blunt or not very forthright with their thoughts and feelings. I don't know. I just know that there was a turnaround here. We had the opportunity to reconnect with this person who's looking more like a soul bond type friend. So that's why I said it's like a corkscrew. It's got a lot of twists and turns in it. We had the offer that Wheel of Fortune was turning in the direction of you two to reconnect, and then it went reverse. Oh no. I don't know if it will stay that way. I don't know if it will stay that way, but it's looking like we missed an opportunity to reconnect. And it was, we've known this person. It's a soul bond type energy. It's sweet, and it's core between two people. And it stresses us out, Nine of Swords, because we were really close to kind of bringing this thing back together or bringing it around back into a friendly state. I don't quite know what the nature of your two's relationship is. And then it kind of did a reverse Uno. Oh no. That's why the stress is like, I was so close to bringing this back together and I still don't know who they are to you. We got friendship, we got soul bond over here, we got someone that we can hang out with, we got a little bit across the board here of this energy, and I can see where everything fucked up. It was right here. Somebody's like, this is what I'm feeling. This is why I've been broken from you, or I've been separated from you, and the other person's like, yeah, got it, get back to business, no problem. Let's just push past this, and that push past this is not what the other person needed. That kind of thing. it's something like that. The push past this method wasn't going to... Well, okay, well, here's my response to that, and this is what we're going to do, and that's it. Water under the bridge. Somebody wasn't as expressive as they were supposed to, or showed sincerity. I don't know who it is now. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. Show me that Three of Pentacles. Show me that Three of Pentacles. I do know that you are on the receiving end of that stress, and that it came so close to reconnecting and putting it back together, putting it back up to rights. I was so close, and it didn't, and now I'm stressed out about it. And I will say this, you are, to your credit, looking at this in terms of fairness and justice and reciprocity. How do I balance this? Can I? And you are really actively looking at it now with that Four of Swords, Three of Wands, and Three of Pentacles. That tells me you're taking your time. That tells me you're looking at it perhaps from the perspective that they wanted to begin with in terms of fairness, give and take. So let's keep going. Three of Pentacles, clarified by that. Yeah, see? That's exactly what it is. The Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the Fool. That's what I'm saying. You haven't authorized it yet. You haven't. But spiritually, and that's a lot of spiritual energy, honey. That's three majors. That's three majors over this friend. Okay. Over this friend. There's the Three of Pentacles again. I said, I gotta see this. And we've got three majors over our friend, whom we've known a long time. Huh. That's a lot of spiritual connectivity for a friend. Soul bond, I see it, yes. Challenging, it is, yes. Is someone sticking to a central point that they feel that they have not been heard or seen correctly or expressed correctly to them? Yes. There's something here about the lack of expression with the expectation to fix it. That's all I know. That's where the fumble comes in. But the Hierophant, Hanged Man, the Fool. Time out. We're looking. We're learning. We would like to open up our spiritual energy towards our friend. We're learning a lot of things at this time in this interim about higher selves, motivations. Why do I feel so inclined to look at this, to work through it, to try to balance it? Why? Why is it so important to me? Yeah, well, there's a lot of reasons why, honey. This is obviously an important connection. It's meant to be in your life. It's likely meant to challenge you in some way. But there's the big question here. So that's that friend, our friend, the one we so quietly contemplate over here. We got a lot of big picture concepts attached to them about higher self, self-love, seeing things from a different point of view. The Hierophant has to be more open to different perspective. So the Hierophant, he's a beautiful energy, he is, and he's obviously well respected in tarot. But he comes with some catch-22s in that he can be closed-minded or closed off because he's playing by somebody else's rule book. He's the enforcer of the rule book. He didn't write it, he just enforces it. Okay. It's still meant to be a spiritual energy. It's still meant to be our higher self, but he is often chained to ideas that he is only destined to enforce, that he didn't actually write, and he has no power to amend. So to see the Hanged Man next to him suggests trying to suspend judgment, trying to suspend that automatic inclination we have to shut things down or to say no. Trying to see things from a different point of view. What is the higher self? What is right for me? What am I supposed to do with this? Because part of me wants to open up towards this again. And where do I need to be more flexible? Where do I need to have a higher ground of thinking? Where do I need to have higher perspective in order to release that sense in me that I just want to open up towards my friend? And I don't need to be so rigid, and I don't need to have so much conformity, and I don't need to have so much, this is how it has to be, let's just take care of this real quick. What does this actually mean to me? Because for some reason this connection challenges you, but it's meant to. I think you're gaining perspective at this time. I'm thinking that you are looking at your energy and how sometimes it can be rigid, if that's you. And how you seem to kind of sometimes take off in this mode of this is what's expected, this is how I've always done things, I'm not really looking to do anything different, this is how I've always approached it. For some reason that doesn't work with this person. And that's something to your credit, again, that you seem to be actively seeing. Now, it could be reversed, of course, but this is your reading, so I'm saying it's you. There you go. I know that this hurt. You're so close to reconnecting with this person, and you might still do, with the way your energy is going and trying to be positive and learn things. It might still do. This special friend. I don't know what else to call them except their special friend. Show me that King of Pentacles, please. Show me that King of Pentacles. Show me that King of Pentacles, please. Show me that King of Pentacles, please. Eight of Pentacles. You're working. Four of Wands. Oh, Temperance. Look at that. Huh. It looks like we want to heal the relationship. We want to heal a relationship. There's the active work component again. Eight of Pentacles. You might have some very strong earth in your chart. A little bit of fire in there too. Well, more than obviously Leo. I was talking Aries, Sag. Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Temperance. That's beautiful. This relationship, whatever this is going to need time. And it's going to require real effort. But yeah, it's possible to stabilize it, to make it practical, to make it comfortable for you, for them. It's beautiful. Huh. That's beautiful. Real working, let's fix it energy instead of let's rush in there real quick and say what we need to say or do what we need to do to get this thing back on track. Well, it didn't. It derailed it further. That's all I know. It got this close to reconnecting. And over here, I'm seeing real authentic work where we do the real healing, where we have the real discussions about feelings. And this is what I can do. This is what you can do. It's really balanced. It's beautiful. I love this. That's beautiful. It's very admirable. Putting in the real work, putting in the real time, reconciling difficult waters with the angel, Temperance. It's going to take some time though, but yeah. So I still don't know what this... You show me Four of Wands, and typically that's relationship leaning towards commitment, but I still don't... Your relationship with this person, especially if you work with them, or you... Work commitment, maybe. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles. Ooh. Ten of Pentacles clarified by Death, the Hermit, Eight of Swords. There's something else here that cannot be fixed. I don't know what this is. I'm not trying to freak you out. I'd just rather you hear it from me. There's something here that cannot be fixed. I don't know what it is. Here I see active constructive efforts in a relationship with somebody whom you've known and you have what looks like recent difficulty with. And I can kind of see the rough structure of it. You are trying to open up and be more flexible. I believe that's you. Towards this Three of Pentacles, and you are showing me active signs of healing, specifically the relationship as you understand it. You both participate, and it puts you on top of the world. Simply put, there's something else here, however, that cannot be fixed, and I don't know what it is. It seems to have not to do with this. It's a false Ten of Pentacles, a false foundation, something that is not stable is ending, and it probably needs to. We've been trying to repair it for years, and it will not repair. Somebody else outside of this dynamic They're playing down the clock or playing for time. They say they try to fix it, but not really with the Eight of Swords. They don't really know what the real feelings are, so how can you fix what you don't know what your real feelings are? It's going to create a deeper divide over this. This took time. This is not happening right away. I'm seeing the end result of something that took time to end, and it looks like it needs to. Somebody is putting in contributive efforts into a foundation that they don't even know that they want, but they say that they've been working on it and that they mean to fix it and heal it. It's kind of like that person who always says, I'm going to get to it, that house project. I'm going to get to it, I'm going to get to it. They never get to it. That's how someone's treating this foundation. Whatever that is. Work, family, a relationship of some kind. It will not mend, despite whatever someone tells themselves. It's going to fix, I'll make it work. It's going to fix. They don't know how they feel about it. So how can you possibly fix it? Which means someone doesn't want to do the work. They don't want to make the discovery, and thus the decline. It's over. There's something else here that you are part of that you won't be part of much longer. And that foundation, about what it means to somebody in the long term, they're feeling for it specifically. It's like, again, they treat it like some sort of project. I'll get to it, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. And that's how they pretty much define whatever that is. I'll get to it. They never get to it. I don't know if it's you or someone else. This is something not related to this. This is active participation to make a special friendship work and possibly develop it further into a relationship. Possibly commitment. With real work, real satisfying work, real satisfying healing, real satisfying you and I are on the same page and we have the same goals. Okay. That is a dead end, and that dead end has been developing for years. Somebody's been refusing to see it for years. Again, this, whatever that Ten of Pentacles is, and for some of you to strongly feel it's a relationship that I just can't see. It's been established for a long time. And somebody's been saying for a long time, I'll fix it, it's fine. 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 We'll get to it. We'll make our relationship better one day. And that one day never comes. That's coming to an end. We cannot fix what we do not see or refuse to see. It looks like it needs to end. And it's something that's been established. This is active, healthy working through a healthy relationship. Virgo energy here, as well as Scorpio, doesn't have to be. But, no. This is something that's been in the work for a long time. A long time. And it hasn't been working for a long time either. Active, healthy repairs, non-active, healthy repairs. There's nothing to be gained from that particular foundation. It's a dead end. There's no real feeling in it, and therefore no real effort to fix it or to change the dynamic. Show me the devil, please. Capricorn. Actually, all the earth energies here are Taurus, Virgo, as well as Capricorn. Show me the devil, please. Show me that devil, please. Show me the devil. Show me that devil, please. Show me that devil, please. The Fool. It's getting stronger. Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups. Oh my, it's getting stronger, isn't it? Yes, indeed. It's getting much stronger. Why is that feeling so strong? Some of you might have some very strong Capricorn in your chart, in which case I'm going to default to persistence. Persistence to open up to the heart space that we want. So if you have some very strong Capricorn in your chart, that's the literal translation. Capricorn equals persistence. That's it. Okay. Opening up Devil representing outside the Capricorn box. The devil typically representing fears, patterns, fears and patterns, fears and patterns. Back here we see the Fool, Three of Pentacles, wanting to become more flexible, wanting to open up more in our spiritual energy towards this Three of Pentacles. It calls to us on a spiritual level. It challenges us simultaneously. It's been on our mind for a long time. How can we fix it? It's a bigger piece in my life than I understood. Okay, I can repair it, and we can actually make a constructive, healthy relationship from it. One that actually stabilizes me, makes me feel like I'm on top of my game. I'm on top of my... I'm stable. I'm healed. I do all the right things. I say all the right things. Active, constructive work. The devil, fears. How long have you been afraid to move on? How long have you been afraid to move on? Well, there's a person who doesn't suffer from, I'll work on that in the house later. Well, it's a parasol, so that's nice. I suppose it's a nice break from lawnmowers, which is what we traditionally get around this channel. How long have you been afraid to open up towards the love that you want? The Fool, Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups. How long have you been afraid to open up to the love that you want? Is that why you keep your special friend? Because you know who ultimately they represent to you. Or could. Moving on. Being the Fool. Opening yourself up spiritually does, of course, I agree with you. This is like the prerequisite to the action. The prerequisite is that you take time out and look at your higher self and ask yourself, where does your energy best served? Where does it belong? What is your higher self? How do you open up more? How do you give yourself more permission to gravitate towards that which is correct for you? Gravitating towards that which is correct for you requires you to open up and move on to the correct heart space. And some of you have prolonged that for fear. So that's why you had to have a little time out with yourself. It's not easy for you, in other words. Fear has kept you from opening up, really spiritually blasting yourself open to the heart that's correct. Yours, someone else's, the both of you. So I'll point out, not once but twice, the Queen of Cups. This deck is very, very pale. Which is the Earth Real Visions. I'm sure you know. It's a very popular deck. The Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. I could not stay on the timeline. I just know that whatever this is, the foundation that's been in play for a long time has been splintering for years. And there's that sort of mentality you had with at least one other person that says, I'll get around to fixing it. We both will. For sure. We'll make it better 6 months. We'll make it better in a year from now. We'll make it better in 2 years from now. It just doesn't happen. That's the tale as old as time there in tarot. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. That's fascinating. I know I'm smiling like an idiot. I know there's a pain in here too, and I am sorry for that. I know. As somebody's heart space shut down for one, it opened up towards another. And the love is so much more fulfilling. You know? There you go. The love is so much more fulfilling. I believe it's our special friend who becomes someone we actively construct a healthy relationship, one that we actually take into account feelings and actions. Whereas this situation no longer does. I see an emotional detachment from one situation. Okay? And in so doing, it's like you turn around and embrace yourself by embracing the love that you want. And it's beautiful. It's quite beautiful. I know it's Oprah-esque, but that's okay. Real tarot is real life, and these things do happen, yes. I can see now why you've given so much consideration to your special friend. They're a lot like you. They also represent a great deal of the love that you desire now. If we missed an opportunity to reconnect with them, it was probably for the best. We weren't in that space, I believe, to understand what we wanted. It was kind of like it's enough to say I'm reconnecting with them and that's all that matters. Turns out it actually runs a lot deeper than that. It wasn't enough just to reconnect with our special friend. And we kind of had to learn that the hard way before we could authentically put work into it. This is inauthentic work. We meant to do something. We meant to do well, but it wasn't authentic. And now here, this is what so impressed me and made me pause, is that I'm seeing the real authentic work. No more special friendship, but we're on full-on relationship. One that's healthy, balanced, active, and somebody feels, as the King of Pentacles, tops. And here's on the acknowledgement writing on the back of that something else is over. And I'm seeing it over here as well. We walk away from one heart space and sadness to open up to another one that is glorious. Again, heavy Scorpio energy here today, does not have to be. But we feel loved, nurtured, cared, protected for. Our home is sacred. Our heart is sacred. Someone is very emotionally generous, and someone is very nurturing, loving, and kind. Protective, too. That's interesting. That's interesting. I just, I had to... There's a question in here. I can't see it because that King, Queen of Pentacles is heavy home space, but I just had this flash of someone looking at this like, I wonder what they would be... what do they like to live with? It's kind of like that. Seeing them in the home, seeing them in our mind's eye, seeing somebody in our home space, and it's like, what would they be like if they lived here and they shared this house with me? Like, what would they be cooking? Would they be doing this? Would they, like, there's something here about, I would really like to see this person in my house. I bet they would look really good in my house or something like that. I don't quite know how to put it. And it's like, where does this come from? What am I trying to say? They make sitting in a chair look good. Something like that. Isn't that funny? They even make sitting in a chair look good. They even make sitting in a chair look hot. Like, what the hell? That's so cool. That's cute, though. It's cute. It's cute. I like that. Ooh, I wonder what they're going to do today. I wonder what they're going to say today. And for somebody here, there is a kind of concept of, I don't know where it's coming from, and it's not meant to be sexist, it's just what I'm hearing. I wonder how they would take care of the house. Kind of like that, right? Because there's this heavy sense of home protection, love, care within the home. That's very home-centric energy. I wonder how they would take care of the house. Like, are they like a neat freak, or... are they kind of something like that? You know, I wonder how they would rearrange the kitchen. Something, I don't know how to put it. There's something here about the domestic thing, the domestic care that seems to be, makes somebody all soft. It's like they can come out and do what they want. That's fine. They can do what they need to do. Something like that. It's like, I'm not going to say nothing. They can do what they want. Show me the Emperor, please. I don't know where that's coming from. That's cute. Show me the Emperor, please. Show me the Emperor. 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 There is fear here. So there's fear then. It was correct. There is fear of opening up and moving on. And that requires, it seems, the exit of another situation and or energy. Okay. The one that was on the verge or has been on the verge of cracking and breaking for a long time, with the interest of repairs that neither party seems to pay. Okay. And that kind of gives you a big clue about how we understand some relationships are worth the intensive repairs, okay? And how others we've learned over time aren't. Because if they were, we would be putting in the repairs by now, if two people meant it, yeah? Okay. Show me the Emperor, please. I know I just shuffled it. I can't. It's like a dial, you guys. Sometimes I gotta tune it in. Show me the Emperor, please. Oh, there it is. Oh. There's a baby. It's not devil negative. I promise you. If it was, I'd tell you. It doesn't feel negative. Devil negative. I'm trying to combine the words. Yeah. Ace of Cups. There's a reason why we've been stubbornly, and I mean that's some stubbornness energy. Whew. We've been holding on to this option for a long time. There's a reason why. It's not a coincidence. Okay? It's not a coincidence at all. There is a reason that we have been stubbornly holding on to that person's love energy. There was a devil here for fear of opening up and leaving the known to enter the unknown into a new heart space. But there's also a fear to lose that love energy too. It has been a huge motivator to hold on to it. Okay. We've always held on to this for a reason. The Emperor has. Strong-willed as he may be, he has just as many strong habits as anybody else. And that Emperor held out for this cup for a long time. We had just as much devil energy to open up, release, and go into new heart space. We had just as much devil energy to hold on to this. I don't see it as unhealthy. I see it as an intensity, honey. Over here, I see the intensity of fear. Over here, I see the intensity to hold on. That's stubborn. That's stubborn, but it's also kind of like I told Capricorn the other day. It's like, that's mine. That's mine. That's my cup. I've always known it's my cup. There's a reason I've always held on to it, Christina. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, so I see equal parts fear here. One, I would think, is perfectly natural. And the other one, you may not have known how far it went, why you've held out for this option. Stepping away from a little heart space so you can enter a new one that feels very comfortable to you. If not borderline domestic, but very loving, very nurturing, very protective. You have so much spiritual energy in you. I bet you don't feel like that way. I bet some of this stuff makes you very uncomfortable. I want to see the advice. How can we balance, please? How can we balance, please, with our Three of Pentacles? How can we balance, please, with our Three of Pentacles? How can we balance, please, with our Three of Pentacles? Our special friend. Okay. Drop the conflict. You're bigger than the conflict. You have some very strong earth in your chart. You're bigger than the conflict. Address it. Address the conflict. You've already shown me the King of Pentacles. and your willingness to work on this when you understand what it means to you. You have to make the active decision to address the conflict. Okay, address it by dropping it. In other words, this isn't an issue, but I do want to address it. And let me tell you my thoughts on this. Actively addressing whatever the conflict was and doing so from a practical space. Okay. Four of Wands, the Sun, ooh, the Tower. We've had a shake-up of energy here. Goodness me, oh my God. We had to learn the hard way about the happiness in our relationship energy. It was only through things shaking up that we understood where our happiness was in a relationship. There's that relationship energy I see that you comfortably working through. Address the conflict head on. Don't engage in it in a way that's negative. Don't add to the fire. Take it away by addressing it openly. It's an active conversation. Address the conflict head on, calmly, with your best interested self in there. So your most experienced self, your most practical self, addressing the conflict, but from a place of emotional strength, and this is who I am. And taking confidence in that. Four of Wands, there it is again, the Sun, the Tower. We had to learn something radically about the happiness of relationships. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. Ace of Wands, new beginning, the Fool. The Fool wants to open up to new beginnings. Ace of Swords, the truth not spoken. Some of you have yet to understand the truth, or somebody has yet to understand the truth that they want to open very much as the Fool, not once, not twice, but 3 times, into a new beginning. But it requires addressing the conflict head on. We better understood what happiness was in our relationship energy, some sort of commitment, once we had a radical understanding of where it is we want to be. The Fool and Aces. It's very hard for the person I'm looking at to be the Fool, to open up and to venture out into the unknown. Especially when the known got used to being what it is over a long period of time. So much that we no longer have the energy to repair because we honestly don't know how we feel about it. And you can't put repairs into something that you don't particularly care for or know your feelings about, but it is killing whatever this is. And it's not just one person, there's 2 people in there killing this slowly. So it's hard to be the Fool, to take off into the unknown, into new adventures. Not quite so new with our special friend. I will point out there's a reason why we so adamantly held on to their energy, even if we did not understand why. It was for fear of losing it. It was for fear of losing it. Because we knew what it could be. One day, possibly. It's taken quite the spiritual growth. It's taken quite the spiritual journey to open up about this connection. Where it's come from and how just reconnecting with it wouldn't do. It just wouldn't do. It wouldn't do. Just generally reconnecting with it, hoping things will work out. It wasn't going to take. It wasn't going to work. There's a reason why it reversed out. There's a bigger picture at play here, and a spiritual understanding about what this connection means to us and why we've been holding on to it. It represents so much more than just reconnecting and getting along with our friend. That's not what its purpose is for, it seems. It seems like its purpose is so much bigger. And that's what we need to understand in our spiritual journey. Our friend is much more than a friend. And the only thing that's kept us from opening up towards it is fear of moving on, which I know is easier said than done. Clearly somebody's walking away from someone else's heart space because it's not what it was, and it hasn't been for a long time. And if something was going to work by now, typically we have results. It's a fearful thing to move on, to step outside your front door, but there's some things that just won't do. Generally, reconnecting with our friend wasn't going to do. It meant so much more to us, and it kind of took shaking things up, breaking, before we could better understand that. Let's take a look at the timeline. I have just ordered a new timeline deck, like a real one. I'm going to see if that doesn't help. It hasn't come in yet, though, but I look forward to it. But for now, I need to address the conflict head on, but do so from a rational, practical space, but also with sincerity of feeling, and that should resolve the issue. Realistically, how do we balance here? When might we balance, please? This is going to slowly fade out. It's going to be a slow, possibly painful ending, and I'm sorry. But if it does not serve you anymore, then it does not serve you. And like I said, if 2 people or whoever, how many people, I don't know, wanted to work that out, you would have done it by now instead of putting it off. Next year will be better. Next year will be better between you and I, based on what grounds or merits? General wishful thinking? No. Over here, I see you actively putting the work into something that you want. If there's a chance to balance with our friend in a way that's actually Ace of Wands. For some of you, May, which is right around the corner in tarot time. May, yep, there they are. For some of you, the 5th might be important. Just straight up May. Damn, that was... Yeah, the energy sooner rather than later. Okay. That was very succinct. Thank you. Yeah, wow. May, if there's a chance to balance things. The 5th, the 7th, 7 weeks, maybe. I don't know about that. There's the conflict again. The saying, I don't know how to handle the conflict. Somebody keeps coming up against that wall. Your advice was very succinct. I asked specifically, how do we balance and or reciprocate with our special friend? We have to address the balance. We have to address the conflict. We can't act like we don't see it. We know what the conflict is. We can't play ignorant or stupid or I don't know what the problem is. Someone here's like, I don't know, Christina. I don't know what the problem is. Yes, we do. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, they are fundamentally at the end of the day all about ownership. That's what they do. They own, they gather, they collect resources for their comfort, sense of self-protection, self-care, self-worth. So the King of Pentacles here is being advised the same thing. Address the conflict, but calmly, rationally look at it from their perspective. Here, we're not looking about the other person's perspective. We just insist we're confused. I don't know why they're pissed. That's not going to help. That's called denialsville. Okay? We address this calmly, head on, and we will make inroads, I believe, with this person. It's being heavily centered around May. The 2nd, the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, no. Yes, the 25th might be important, but it all seems to be centering over May, sooner rather than later. Possibly the 7th might be important. Yes, and then the sun comes out once more. For some of you, it is Scorpio. For some of you, it is Leo. And there it is. Can we work through it? My sunshine. I feel like I lost my sunshine. Can we work through it, please? There we go. I feel like I lost my sunshine. Can we work through it, please? There's that honest 8 of Pentacles again, with our soul bond, whom we have pain with. There you go. The 8th and the 6th. There you go. There you go. Uh-huh. We kind of always held on to this person. Perhaps it was the both of you, for fear of losing that option. But I'm seeing it more as I have to hold on to this. This is mine. And it's kind of like the Emperor's patting himself on the back. See, there's a reason I held on to that. See, there's a reason I held on to that. See? See? See all that intensity and kind of feels like crazy sometimes? It was justified, Christina. Because, you know, look what I got now. But yes. Well, there is a fear component here to open up and move on. It also feels very correct, but we have to contemplate it, and this is not going to... So I asked simply when we might bounce or reconnect with that Three of Pentacles. When you or whomever learns about their spiritual energy more thoroughly with their Three of Pentacles. Now that's going to take time. It's one thing to reconnect and kind of clear the air, get rid of the conflict, address it head on. It's another thing about what we're talking about is moving forward in a different life path with someone else. That journey, I don't know when that starts, but it looks like it's happening now. The Fool, I told you, it's happening now. That could take a while to achieve. But understanding where it's coming from and understanding that, yes, a new opportunity awaits if we open ourselves up towards it and take action towards that which we desire the most is here. That journey has begun. When it solidifies, I do not know. I just see the ending of something that has not worked for a long time. The High Priestess. You feel you would be triumphant, emotionally triumphant in this relationship pending the break of this other one. I'm trying to see when. I cannot. For some of you, maybe about 2025, realistically. Possibly. Some of you are still in that stage, though, where you're still trying to prevent that breakage from happening. You're just trying to force it to move forward despite the fact that it's not going well. Yeah, it hasn't moved forward in a long time, but we're still reinforcing it. That's what I'm saying. This could take a while. You reconnecting with your special friend here, that can happen anytime that you choose, so long as it came from a balanced, reciprocated place. But there's a part of you that's holding on to it for a reason, and it has much deeper reasons. Okay, but it's going to require us to really level up to understand why we want it, and why it calls to us, and why it's right for us. And when the time is right, I see you investing in it as a full-on relationship, healthily, and done so with real work. I see something else phasing out, and that's going to take some time. Okay? It's going to take some time. For some of you, it might be as early as next Cancer season, July. But for those of you, not till further out. Okay. Okay. Let's do. Okay. Okay, somebody's in their comfort zone, their south node. It's a clinging energy. So whatever your south node is, you don't want to do that. You want to abide by your north node, not your south node. So say, for instance, my north node is Leo. So when I met with challenges, difficulties, stresses, I would do well to abide by that Leo energy and avoid my south node energy, which is Aquarius. Now, it's not a knock on Aquarius. Your north node might be Aquarius for all I know, in which case your south node is Leo. So the south node is the stuff we've done. We know it doesn't work, but we get ourselves patternized and or trapped in it. Okay, so for me, Aquarius being again in my south node, that means I have a huge tendency to overthink things, overanalyze, to the point that it kind of paralyzes me and keeps me from making decisions until I absolutely have to. Those are old default habits. I know after a lot of time now, at my age, to abide by my north node when I'm met with challenges, and that's more advantageous. So whatever your south node is, We want to do the opposite of that, because your South Node is the things that we cling to, those fears in us that say we can't move on from our comfort zone, we can't move on from our comfort zone, we can't move on from your comfort zone. Whatever comfort zone this is, isn't so comfortable. That foundation has been split, cracked, and torn for a long time, with a couple of people saying it'll get better next year, and it never does. Renewal, spark, I know, I see that. So with renewal, I have to remind that people about the aces all the time. It's not just new, it's renewal. We're leaning towards renewal, but with somebody. Okay. Twin flames is in reverse. I don't believe in twin flames. I'm very honest about that. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a runner-chaser dynamic that's blown out of proportion. However, sorry, that's my background speaking. That's just basic information, guys. The runner-chaser dynamic is never healthy. And that's really what the definition of twin flames is. I do, however, believe in the lovers and soul bonds. Very much so. Okay? They tend to be our most challenging, our most rewarding, and they can teach us a great deal. That doesn't necessarily mean we get to keep them. Now, the twin flames in reverse. Somebody's here. In other words, it's a false lovers, or it's a false soul bond, or it's karmic. That is what I'm saying, being attached to the comfort zone. The renewal, the spark, is the opposite. Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to rain on your parade. If twin flames is your things, then it's your things. I'm just, I'm sorry, I just know better. I have too much knowledge in this area. Distance, retreat, or timeout. Yes, I know. We are distant, I believe, from the person who is our special friend. And that is on purpose. We could not reconnect with them. We got close, but we couldn't. The timing wasn't right, and it wasn't under the right conditions. That's all I know. It's meant to be so much bigger to you, I believe. Rebirth, winter, it doesn't matter. It's death in the upright or in the reverse. It doesn't matter. It's all indicative to rebirth and or transformation for some of you by last winter or this upcoming winter. And that's what I'm saying. This, however, being in reverse is not good. The solid foundation is in the reverse. The foundation principle. As I've said, that stability isn't so stable. And it's not terribly attractive. Emotionally or otherwise. That foundation has been in question for some time. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yes, of course. I already saw that. Remember your awakening. Why you were put on this earth. Your proper investments. That's exactly what this is, guys. This is what I've been talking about. Your spiritual awakening. Attached to the so-called Three of Pentacles. We need to awaken ourselves up to what this connection really means to us and why we've been holding on to it for as long as we have. And for some of you, it's been years. Okay. Your Emperor is congratulating himself, by the way. See, I was right to hold on to that. Look where I am now. Look where I am now. The only time I see your Devil is a fear to move on and open up, which is exactly what you want to do. We're talking about self-care energy. Love yourself more. Understand what your value and your worth is. That way you know to go towards it. That's also what this is. You need to remember this. Awaken. Okay. H, P, F, the chakras being in alignment, the great white shark, Scorpio, Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag, Octopus, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Clinging though, there's that clinging energy that I saw here with the comfort zone. 2 H's, cool. The medallion of Taurus, the cat, intuition, in the reverse, somebody's not listening to themselves. KRL, that's it. KRL, FPHH. Okay, Leo, honey, that's enough. I'll see you in a couple weeks for your next reading. Put in the comments as you see fit. I do hope this helps you. It's interesting. It's interesting. A special friend. There's a reason why you've held on to it. And I can tell that you two were supposed to reconnect relatively recently, and it didn't happen. It wasn't supposed to. It was not supposed to. It required us to have a deeper understanding of why we want to connect with them at all. Why do we have such a strong desire to balance things out? What is this conflict? Okay. I act like I can't see it. I can see it just fine. I know what it is. I know what the conflict is, and I do have the power within me to address it. So that's kind of like step one. And then after that, it starts to map out over time, however it maps out. But it's kind of like you have a reflection point where you can see the work that comes from a constructive, healthy relationship versus a non-constructive, unhealthy something that's deepening, it's cracking the foundation for years, versus that energy of I'll fix it with them next year. I'll fix it with them next year. And that doesn't happen. Big difference. Okay, that's enough. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Leonie, take care. Be well.